We'll see what happens, as there's a penalty in the scrum and possession will go to South Darwin. Let's see what they can make of this possession. Coming up the middle corridor, ball stolen by the Swamp Dogs as they look to push to that right-hand side. Alex Markham with a carry up that right-hand touchline as they swing it back to the open side. Let's see what they can make of this possession. Bilston now off to their flyer down the left wing. He's corralled up by the South Darwin defence. Looks for the big pass over the top to clear the mess. Through the hands, there's space out wide. The Swamp Dogs with the try line in front. And it's a try to Harry Burns. Swamp Dogs 5, South Darwin yet to score. Well, nice work. They worked the ball both sides from sideline to sideline. The Swamp Dogs and the South Darwin defence unable to realign as the Swamp Dogs successful with their conversion and they lead 7-0. Swamp Dogs with the restart. The South Darwin side will be very, very keen to strike back as they take the ball into contact. Possession loss cleaned up nicely by the Swamp Dogs. That's number 8, Harris, caught in possession. He gets swung around. And a penalty there. To the Swamp Dogs. They push it out to that right-hand side through the hands. They've got an overlap, but gee, just a poorly directed pass. They clean up well though. Alex Markham again doing all the tidy-up work. The ref's seen another penalty. No advantage paid. As the Swamp Dogs look to probe down that far side again through Harris Court. They come to the left through the hands. But unfortunately, knocked on out wide, and the Swamp Dogs unable to convert that possession. So just simple errors at the moment costing the Swamp Dogs. Possession in their favour, but execution their big challenge.
But that's what the game of sevens is all about. It's control the football for 14 minutes. It may look easy, but in reality it's pretty tough. But the more disciplined you are, the easier it is.
So hit and feed to South Darwin. Let's see if they can just get themselves organised and settle and try and eke back this 7-point deficit. But it looks like a bit of a knock on there. Unfortunate. Just untidy play. And I guess that's the youth in them. Just lacking a bit of structure.
Yeah, and I think you're right, Evan, in what you're saying. They've just got to sort of knuckle down and try not to I guess, play the impossible, do the impossible. You've got to actually realise that you've got 6 teammates on there and you need to work as one unit.
100%. Mark, head and feed to the Swamp Dogs. Gee, they're in a good position here. Through the hands, cross field though. Nicely in the gap, that's number 5, the big man, Wayne Bilston. Gee, he saw the gap, crashed over. Swamp Dogs 12, South Darwin 0.
Yeah, again, it was just basic play. The big man on the outside, good clean ball, just transferred the ball. And there was 2 obviously in defence, but it's just too big and too powerful and just barged over to score a great try.
Yeah, nice play there by their playmaker as the conversion is
missed,
unsuccessful. Normally the touch judge waves the flag low. He doesn't just wander off the mark.
I can't. Yes, I don't know what he was doing. That's right.
So the Swamp Dogs 12, South Darwin 0. Swamp Dogs with the restart. Gives it the big hoist. Let's see who's under it. Cleanly taken by number 7, Timms. As South Darwin swing it wide. Got to be careful they don't get isolated out here. That's Sailor. But high tackle. It's been a controversial ruling here today. Sometimes the high tackle's been yellow carded and sometimes it hasn't. And it's that inconsistency that's caused a few problems, Mark.
I think we're going to see a lot of that in next year's Super Rugby, or this year's Super Rugby and Test Series. I mean, it's only just obviously came in. This is probably the first time in Australia that they've actually played with the new rules that about obviously the tackle has got to be below the shoulders. But we've seen a lot today, and a lot of it was unnecessary. I mean, there was no malice, there was no inference that they wanted to tackle high. So this is going to cause a lot of problems, I think, over the next year or so.
Well, you wouldn't think they'd have a problem with it. Certainly the crowd doesn't in Darwin. It's the AFL rule, I think. No tackling above the shoulders. As the Swamp Dogs go in again, gee, he just picked and went and pinned his ears back and went for the corner.
Yeah, you're right. He backed himself. He did a good. He had to obviously get on the outside, but knew he had the speed again and the strength, and just I guess finished off a great half for the Swamp Dogs.
Well, the referee went in the way. Normally when you touch the ref, the whistle goes. And good effort by Jason Adams with a desperate tackle. But in the end, a good try by Brodie Morecambe. Let's see if Morecambe can convert his own try. Hard work on that left touchline with the left foot. You're handy on the conversion with your left foot, weren't you, Mark?
Every now and again, but it's pretty tough. Doesn't matter what age you are.
I seem to remember you having a handy innings in Brisbane at Ballymore in the, was it 84?
Yeah, probably, but mate, I was just showing off in those days, you know, as you do when you're this age.
So half-time here at Rugby Park. It's the Swamp Dogs 17, South Darwin 0. Can do. Hemmed up here on the left side. They look to open it up through Timms across field, showing and going. Gets it out to the speed man out there. That's Denzel Parnell. And they come back the other way, but it's all a bit lateral, I think, from the South Darwin side. Let's see if they can find a gap. Nice little hook around, offload. Out to the man on the side, that's Lee. Tim scoots back around. Lots of ball movement, but no net yardage gain, Mark.
No, I shouldn't have. You shouldn't have said anything, Gavin. Let's see. He's got there.
That's Daryl Thomas.
But you're right. They were just running across the field backwards and forwards, and again a change of angle was all what was needed. And you know, they were lucky enough. Looking at the reply there, it was a little dummy to the inside man who actually drew the defence, which opened up the gap.
And great try by Daryl Thomas. He went all the way.
Yeah, he certainly did. And that's what you need.
And this conversion crucial for Sailor. Unfortunately, the ball doesn't sail through the middle of the posts.
Oh, nobody's perfect, mate. There is a little bit of rain out there. It is a little bit slippery. So it's going to be difficult not only to handle the ball, but certainly convert from the sideline.
Well, I suppose with the rain and the humidity, the ball gets heavy. Not as heavy in your day when you had that little bit of pigskin you were chasing around.
They had leather. This is obviously still synthetic. And again, it's sort of, that was the last thing that South Darwin needed. They needed to be competitive from the kickoff, and now they give the advantage back to the Swamp Dogs, who will just basically try and kill the clock.
Yep, those little 1%ers just missing from the South Darwin performance at the moment as the Swamp Dogs up the middle corridor. Big charge from Alex Markham. And they push off on that far side through the hands to their flyer, Bilston. And Bilston will clear the defence and scoot round the post. Nice work by, he's got plenty of pace for a big man, Bilston, as he starts to wind the clock down and protect their lead. So Swamp Dogs 22, South Darwin 5.
He has got a lot of pace, like just a standard pass. He was marked, but just too much pace. A good fend off, and just made it look so easy. He's going to be a great rugby player, I think, when he gets older. That's for sure.
Strapping lad, big upper body, and strong core strength. As another conversion attempt goes astray. Well, I have to say, conversions out front, you can practice them during the year. So you have 365 days to prepare for this moment.
Yeah, we've seen it all day, though. You know, goals that should be, you know, drop goals that should be scored. But they're just a little bit lazy, I think.
South Darwin, a little bit of footwork from Parnell. And a big bustling run up the middle there from Zarufis. As they clear the ruck, bit of pressure coming to them, some more footwork. They've got the talent. Gee, that ball looked a bit forward. Unfortunate there.
No, that was bad play. One, I think it was Sailor was standing too far away from his halfback, and then put the pressure on the pass. The ball bounced, and then he threw a forward pass himself. So that's just, I guess, a little bit more experience. He could have done that a lot easier and a lot cleaner.
And the point of the ball was always facing forward. So, I mean, little technical issues there as well. I mean, these are youth development sides. They deserve some youth development coaching, I'd think, on those technical aspects. But I guess when fatigue and pressure come in, you default back, you know, to your comfort zone.
No, that's true, and it's been a pretty tough 2 days for all the players. You know, the heat, the wet weather, you know, the toughness of the games, it just makes it hard. And you just, yeah, but champions have got to perform when you get to the end, the final stages. That's what all that matters.
As the Swamp Dogs go on attack, and some worrying signs from the Darwin defence. They're just grabbing at players. It's all arms and no shoulders. But lucky for them, the Swamp Dogs just go astray when it counts on the last move.
Yeah, just a lazy pass again. They're tired. They've been going flat out for the last 2 days. I guess they're leading by 17 points. I guess they can be excused for throwing the odd wayward pass.
And some substitutions coming on. There's some tired legs you're talking about. It's a grueling weekend for young players. As head and feed to South Darwin. Let's see if they can spark some kind of late surge. Never say never in the game of sevens. Well, the acting half grappled up and Swamp Dogs swoop on the ball. All a bit messy in there, I think, at the back end of the game with just over a minute to go. I think fatigue is a huge factor in the drop in the skill level.
Yeah, they're trying to transfer the ball under enormous pressure, and you can understand it. There's only 1 minute of the game to go. And it's easy to say that, you know, they've just got to have a bit more composure. But, you know, for them, the tournament is ending. They've had a great experience. Obviously, the Swamp Dogs are going to come out on top.
Nice big push from the South Darwin pack. Let's see if they can set their backline alight. Kick and chase. It'll come down to a foot race. The South Darwin Flyers are chasing, but gee, a cruel bounce of the ball and the Swamp Dogs tidy up. The ruck forms. A little pick and go up the middle. Nice transfer of the ball. Out they come to the right. Parnell shows the ball and offloads, drawn pass. But Zarufis just couldn't hold on to the ball. And a high tackle there for a yellow card. Once again, a high tackle ruled in the first half, no yellow card, but a high tackle ruled in the second half, and it's a yellow card. It's the inconsistency that gets the crowd riled up. But it's all academic now as the final hooter goes, and it's the Swamp Dogs, the champions for 2017 at the hottest sevens in the world, the youth final champions, the Swamp Dogs 22, defeating South Darwin 5.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've just witnessed a terrific Coca final in the youth division for the under-18 players. But before we do that, we'd just like to welcome Tony from Helping People Achieve to draw the major raffle. And thank you for contributing to the raffle during the weekend. And, of course, for Tony's crew, keeping the place nice and clean. Leanne Bennett, our commercial and events manager, will assist in the draw.
Thank you so much for everyone supporting HBA Helping Achieve, and congratulations to all competitors and everyone involved in such an amazing weekend. It's really great being involved. So our fourth prize today was a dinner for two at the Trailer Boat Club, so thank you for the support. And the winner goes to Nigel. And Nigel is 0435 400 147. But don't worry, we'll contact you and we'll send you the prize. Moving on to number third prize. This is a dog pass for Darwin Symphony Orchestra, valued at $100. And it's for Bill 0409 917 715. Second prize is Murray Oakley. We've got a juice fountain valued at $180. Jesse 0408 488 924. And the major prize is for a $500 voucher at HBA. And it goes to column K64, so 0488 563 5. Thank you so much for everyone who supported the raffle. Congratulations to all the competitors and the supporters coming out today, and thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Tony. Now I'd like to welcome Paul Winter from Habitat to present the winning trophy to Swamp Dogs. This is the third edition of the Youth Boys competition, and Swamp Dogs have won all three. So congratulations. Paul, if you could come forward, please. And if we could call upon the Swamp Dogs captain to come forward and collect the trophies, please. Congratulations, Swamp Dogs.
I'd just like to thank the boys for coming down and training for 2 weeks. I'd like to thank all the people who come down to the club, supporting us, and I'd like to thank all the other teams for coming down. And yeah, it was a tough competition, but for some of us boys, it's 3 years in a row. So yeah, up the Swampies.
Well done, Swamp Dogs.